Well, we had sunnier skies to start the day, but as the afternoon rolled around, you could see those cumulus clouds getting puffier and puffier, getting to be some rain showers and storms off to the north, trying to push into our region. Over the past 24 hours, a decent spread of those temperatures got down to that 72-degree mark last night, and then that good daytime heating, a good 28-degree run, topped out at the century mark today. And as we look at the temperatures across the entire region, rain-cooled air really taking effect off to the north, coming in at 81 for Robert Lee, over there in Sterling City at 82. Here in town, 97 degrees. Looks like the hot spot tied there with Ozona. Down towards the I-10 corridor in those mid-90s, 95 for Junction, 94 for Sonora. A lot of us in those 90s, and as we look at those humidity values, most of us in those 60s and 50s for those dew points. 58 here in town, 50s off to the north and down to the southeast. A little bit more moisture, 63 there in Junction, but all of us in those relative humidity indices, but for the 20s and 30s for the most part. Looking at that upper level pattern, this is what's going to bring the rain around this elongated trough coming from the Midwest, really pushing into our region, wedging us in between that trough and that upper level ridge we've been talking about for the American Southwest. That's really bringing that heat over to California and Arizona. But throughout this week, that trough is really going to hold its presence. That's going to bring some better rain chances over the next few days and really holding them throughout the entirety of the 7-day. Looking at the severe weather outlooks risk right now, really targeting areas off the Front Range into the Panhandle there. Here for us in the Concho Valley, looking just at that thunderstorm risk. Could still see a severe shower for some of our northern counties still. We're going to be on the lookout for some of that excessive rainfall, but for the most part, this should stay sub-severe, just some of those gusty winds and some lightning with it, of course, as well. Current satellite showing you where that activity really bubbled up over the Big Country and South Plains, pushing into some of our northern counties now as we get a good look at the Concho Valley itself, really taking aim at areas like Sterling, Coke, and Runnels County, starting to push in more towards Erie and Tom Green County here. Pulling up the radar for you, you can see where the heaviest of those downpours are, zooming into where some of these heavy downpours are coming down over there in Erie County. Really getting some good downpours, even starting to push in some bubbly activity here into San Angelo. Could starting to see some rain across our area, which is going to be welcomed for sure. And looking at that futurecast, going to have a couple more hours of this activity is what it's calling for. But as we roll into tonight, moral of the story is going to be that it's losing its energy, losing that daytime heating. Overnight tonight, could see just a couple of those lingering showers, but overall going to stay dry until tomorrow is going to be a bigger event. You can see starting to kick off towards the I-10 corridor tomorrow afternoon. By the evening and late afternoon into evening, that's where that activity gets a little bit more widespread. Some more scattered showers and storms across the region, and that's really going to hold that strength into the overnight hours and into Monday as well. Right now, looking like could be potentially a wet commute Monday morning for work, and then Monday's day into the afternoon looks to be more of the same with that afternoon thunderstorm activity right behind it, pushing in for some of our northern counties. When all is done and said and done, could be seeing a good ½ inch to an inch across the area is what my latest models are calling for. First, we got to get through tonight where those showers and storms could be pushing into our region, but they're going to be losing strength as we go into the overnight hours. I'm calling about 74 degrees, and then tomorrow a little bit cooler thanks to that thunderstorm activity, only getting up into those lower 90s with a good 70% chance of rain, which takes us into the 7-day forecast. You can see this rainy, stormy pattern is really here to stay for the majority of the 7-day. For the next few days, really going to be on the lookout for those heavy downpours. Pushing into the weekend, those rain chances go down, but those temperatures hold pretty steady into the upper 80s and then lower 90s. That's all for your 7-day forecast, but stick around for more KSAN.